Hi, I'm Tiffany, Panico. I work in the pediatric emergency room, which is actually works with kids, and I'm a mother, and I also work with children at our church. I love just being there for people in their hardest times. A lot of people, it's the worst day of their life. So it gives me so much opportunity to be there and be able to share the love of Christ, even if it's just through action. I got saved at a young age, but I can only imagine that it would not be where it is now, not knowing the love of God, not having the hope. Seeing a lot of the parents even that walk in the emergency room, they just don't have, if something were to happen to their kid when they pass away, they don't have that hope of knowing, okay, when they close their eyes last, are they gonna be in heaven where there's no pain or sorrow. And so it's just, he's my everything and my all. So what could I do without him? A lot of times I give medications, start AVs, do different things along those lines that will help the children, and we're there when they're diagnosed even with cancers. In so many ways, there's so many times that it's a child right in front of you, and their life is in your hands, and you just think, okay, what am I gonna do? And then I say a prayer, and he's the one that guides my hands and gives me a peace in the midst of the chaos to be able to help them and start their IVs and do things along those lines. And even just by being a comfort to the parents, can share the love of Christ. There's been times where I didn't think I would be able to get an IV, and God just helps me in that hard stick. I've even been able to share my faith with doctors, and there was even one time when we have medical students come, and I was actually in the hospital myself getting ready to go in for a gallbladder surgery, and the doctor that I've been able to share and uplift in Christ came up to me, and she prayed for me, and she prayed in Christ's name. Now that's just something small, but who knows, that little seed, what can it do? Something huge. It's been a real blessing in a lot of ways to raise Hannah, as she's autistic, and I have a wonderful son as well, and in a lot of ways actually he has helped her in learning how to even potty train along those lines. But it's been a challenge, and sometimes there's times where you just feel down and you feel an out, and then God gives a word, and he gives hope, and he gives direction, and I know that through him all things are possible. And I encourage even parents, it's a good opportunity to be able to tell parents who feel like there's no hope in the sense of even with their kids with autism, having Hannah, it's been a blessing in that sense. I can give them opportunities to even know some therapists and different things to help them with that as well. And just be a hope in a dark time for them. Well, definitely with raising my kids, just, the need of hope, the need of having Christ and the love that he has given me, and how it's important for them to even have that love. And Hannah has taught me so much as her disability. There would be times where she would struggle and she would get frustrated, and she would even scratch, and my arms would be all mauled up. And it reminds me of the suffering Christ went through and how minimal I have to endure for her. And then in the long run, understand the love that Christ has for me, and then in the long run too, sharing the love to her and just being patient with her. The kids that I work with, they don't have parents that love Christ, but seeing them walking into our church, being comfortable where they're at and learning and wanting to pass it on, and we're hoping and praying that we eventually we do like a community center where the kids can even come and play even ping pong and be able to bring their friends, and then in the long run share Christ with them. And even people who have lost their jobs, that they'll be able to find, the opportunity to even look on the computer and stuff along those lines for jobs. I think it's awesome how you have been trying and encouraging other churches to work together. We are not against each other, we work together. We are in this battle together to win others for Christ.